Hi and welcome to the cow.cat.creations knitting podcast episode 2. Hi, I'm Reegan. I'm the face behind cow.cat.creations. I'm a knitter based in Ballarat in Victoria, which is the southern part of Australia. Excuse the nasally voice, I'm getting over a dose of COVID, so that's been fun. But yeah, I'm here to talk about all things knitting and occasionally crochet and other crafty adventures. And let's get into it. So first things first, I'm wearing my latest finished object, which is the Tolsta Tee by Rebecca Clow from The Bear. So it's a really simple raglan t-shirt. This one's knit in DK weight yarn. So easy and so comfy, and I immediately threw on another one, put another one on the needles. So this is the t-shirt. It's just a little cropped kind of boxy tee, and really simple, really easy, really modifiable. I knit it in Bendigo Wool Mills cotton 8-ply, which is actually this colour. So it's a peachy orange. And I over-dyed it to this darker kind of vibrant orange because this peachy colour does nothing for me and my colouring. So I went for a more vibrant colour. I actually went through a few swatches trying to figure out the right colour to dye because it was already orange. So I kind of swatched and dyed a few just to try different colours out. And then there's a really tiny one, which is closer to the finished colour, but not quite. But by the time I was ready to dye it, I just thought, oh, bugger it, I'll just throw it in with some dye and see what happens. So I've ended up with this colour, which is a mix of tangerine orange and fuchsia from Root Dye. So it's just the all-purpose dye. I didn't use a wool dye in this because it is cotton, and I knew it wasn't going to take it as well. But yeah, absolutely, totally making more of these because this is just great for the weather out here. Especially in the days where it's, it's not too hot, but you want a little bit of, something nice. So, yeah, I really like it. It's lovely. My other finished object, I've only managed to finish two because, like I said, I've had COVID and haven't been feeling great, is the Corin cardigan. So this is another one by Rebecca Clow. And I'm missing buttons. I'm still waiting for them to arrive in the mail, but it's a lace cardigan, and you can, oh, wow, you can really see, you can see the different dye lots here. You can't see this in real life. That's really interesting. Huh. Doesn't bother me. So it's a lace cardigan. I've done mine in 3/4 sleeves, but you can do short sleeves, long sleeves. The pattern itself has two options for the neckline, so you can do a round neck or a V-neck, so I chose the V-neck for mine. The only modifications I made is I didn't do any decreases on the sleeves, just because I do have larger arms and I like a little bit of extra room. I will say, so the yarn I used is the Malabrigo Rios, and it did kind of stretch in blocking, which I knew it was going to. So I finished the sleeves around this length, and they've grown about an inch, so they're sitting around here. So they're not quite bracelet length, but they're not 3/4 length. They're kind of in between, but I kind of just tuck them up a bit. If it's really bugging me, I'll go back and either shorten them or lengthen them. But yeah, I didn't do any sleeve decreases because, again, big arms doesn't really do me any favours. Again, that's the only modification I made, this one I believe. Everything else I did as per the pattern. It was really quick and easy and just flew off the needles. Problem with Malabrigo yarns is that the dye is not the way it's dyed. It's like a semi-solid, so it's kind of all one colour but with variations in the tone of it, like in the depth of it. And you can really kind of see it in the camera for some reason. I don't know why it's showing up so bold in the camera. You can see it's darker here, and then I've got a lighter patch through here and then darker again. I know some people have used two skeins and it's alternated. with each row, which I didn't do, but under normal light you can't really notice it, and it doesn't bother me. It's just for some reason the camera, it's really showing up quite brightly, and actually they look really cute together. Actually, I really like this combo, the dark teal and the orange. It's really cute. So they're my two finished objects at the moment. I've almost finished one other one, so maybe I'll move on to works in progress. So my first work in progress, my first whip, is another Tolsta Tee. So this one I'm doing with a eyelet pattern. It's like a yarn over. So this one is knit in cotton silk. So this is the, I can't remember the name of it. I'll come to me. I bought a kit. So Skein Sisters were having a sale, and they had 2 Tolsta Tee sets included in the sale. So I bought this one and one other one, which I'll show in a minute. So this one I've nearly finished. So I've done both sleeves and most of the body. I just need to finish off another couple of inches in the body and then we're done. But this is beautiful and drapey, and it's just going to be lovely to wear. I think it'd be really cute at work with a little cami underneath. I did make modifications to this one. So this one I knit a size up, but on smaller needles. And I don't remember why I chose to do that. I think because I was worried about the gauge being too loose. But this one I've knit on the same size needles and the gauge is spot on. So I think it's going to probably grow a little bit more with blocking, which I'm okay with, because this design I kind of want it to be a little bit drapey. I don't want to be too skin tight because it's quite a loose gauge and I don't want it to show everything through it. But yeah, this is really cute, and I've already got plans on making more, so stand by. I think there'll be more coming in the next few months. My second work in progress is the Frankensweater. It's still coming. It's still coming along. That's the front. I finished one sleeve, midway through the second sleeve, and I haven't really done much else with the body. So I'm in no rush to finish this one because it is so warm here at the moment. It's the middle end of summer here, so we are not in woolen wearing sweater weather. But again, this has been really fun. I think the pattern comes out on Sunday, so tomorrow. So if you are interested, the Wool Needles Hands Frankensweater. So it's a mixture of different patterns. It's really easy to kind of get your head around, really modifiable. So I did eyelets down the raglan side, the raglan increases. Other people have done different designs. You don't have to do the eyelets, you can just do plain increases. You can do different colour combinations, so I decided to put in some colourful stripes because I didn't have quite enough of the solid colour for a full sweater. And I don't know, I haven't decided if I'm going to do stripes down the body yet or if I'm just going to leave it as is, because I kind of like just this little pop of colour. I don't know, we'll see how we go. But that is the Frankensweater. Whip number 3, which I haven't really worked on much, to be honest, is the No Frills? Yeah, No Frills cardigan by Petite Knits. I don't think I've made much progress on this actually since the last episode. So this is knit in one strand of Roman Kid Silk Haze in the colour Soil, and one strand of fingering weight yarn. This is Nunda Wool Mills yarn, which I've dyed. I think the main colour here is burnt umber, but there are other colours in here as well, so it's not true representation of the colour. I did some experimenting, and yeah, it turned out I've just made my hair colour, which I'm not unhappy about. I think this is going to be really cool. So this is not a rush project. I'm not in any rush to finish this one off. I think I'll spend some time just making my way with this one as I, in between other projects, because I want to get it right, and it's not cold enough by any means here for a mohair merino sweater cardigan. So there's no rush. Let's move on to future projects. Yeah. So the next project I think I'm going to cast on is Ghost Horses by Caitlin Hunter, Boylan Knitworks. This is a colourwork top. So it's all colourwork, and it's knit, well, the original is knit in Spin Cycle yarns, Wilder, and dyed in the wool. And I made one previously in just fingering weight yarn, and it looked great. I was really happy with how it turned out. However, it was too tight, and the yarn was unbearably itchy. Like, it was just the roughest thing. I couldn't wear it. Like, it was too small to wear over anything, and it was too itchy to wear next to my skin. So that is just in a pile of clothing somewhere. I thought about ripping it out, and I'm like, you know what, I'm going to keep it because I spent so much time and energy on it. I might give it away to someone who can tolerate itchy wool or will fit into it. But I was determined I was going to make it again and do it with yarn that I love. So I splurged and bought Spin Cycle yarns. So I bought the Wilder in the dark grey, which is like a browny grey, so it's not, it's grey, but that's okay, we're going to get around that. And I originally was going to do the contrast in Nocturne, which is a so Spin Cycle yarns dyed in the wool in Nocturne, or Nocturnal, which is like a purple burgundy with a bit of teal mix. It's really, really pretty colour. However, with the dark grey, it kind of blends. It's a bit too dark. So I think if I had a lighter yarn or something that was a little bit more contrasty, then it would be great. But yeah, it just didn't. I swatched and it just didn't look right. It was losing. You couldn't see the colour work. So I think I'm going to go with a different colour, and I'm going to use Bright Ideas. So this is more earthy greens and oranges, a bit of yellow. So with that, with the grey, I think I'm going to get a good contrast, and these colours are more my tone. So I'm hoping they'll kind of swing it around to be more autumnal. However, I only have 2 balls of this, which is not enough for the full pattern. I have 1 ball of Close Call, which is similar in terms of being yellows and earthy, but it's more yellow, brown, and there's like a little bit of navy blue in there. I think I can make it work. I don't know if it's going to be enough still. And I'm only planning on making a short sleeve version, so I might get some more of Bright Idea, Close Call, whatever colour. I might get some more. I haven't decided yet. I'm going to see how I go, because I just don't want to have to buy more yarn if I can use up some of the existing yarn that I've got. So we'll see how we go. Fingers crossed it's going to work. So hopefully we'll start that this weekend if I can finish one of these other. If I can finish the Tolsta or the No Frills sweater cardigan. I keep saying sweater. The No Frills cardigan, I will start Ghost Horses, I think. But I also want to start another Tolsta. We'll see. Maybe both. Might do both. Okay, so I think that's it for future projects. I do want to do another Tolsta. Might make more sense to do one more Tolsta, so I'll have 3. And that will get me through until the weather cools down. We'll see. Let's move on to acquisitions. So the first one I want to show you is from a small dyer in New South Wales. So Trees Fibre Crafts are one of my favourite hand dyers. Or no, they are. They're my favourite hand dyer. And they have a subscription club that they run. So last year they ran one and it was all based on moths of Australia. So every month they would release a colourway, and it was a mystery one. You didn't know what colour it was going to be. It was a mystery colourway based on an Australian moth of their choosing, and it was a lot of fun. So every month you got a different yarn, and the colours were all based were really natural, and they're really organic kind of feeling colours because they're based from nature and on Australian insects, moths particularly. And you also got a little bit of information about the moths, so you got to learn as well. And it was really fun. This year, I'm really excited. They're doing it on bees, so Australian bees. And in January, the colour came out, and I was just, gorgeous. So this is January's colour. This is the metallic green bee. So you can see it's this gorgeous kind of teals and blues and greens. And it's just beautiful. And then this month, so February, the colour is based on the best bee ever, the blue banded bee. And so here it is. Hopefully that will focus. But it is blue and it's yellow and gold and so pretty. Such a cool colour. They actually look really nice together, and I have heard that the March one complements both of these really nicely. So I'm thinking I'm going to have to do something with them together. Maybe it'd be really cool to make a top. That kind of, yeah, we'll see. Love these. I have so much of the yarn that I'm not using yet, and I need to because it's gorgeous, but I love looking at it. So pretty. And it's really soft. It's fingering weight. This is a sock yarn. So this is 75% merino and 25% nylon. They make beautiful socks, but they also do DK weight yarns and straight merino as well. So there's lots of options. Yeah, I love these. So, this is Fibra Natura Papyrus. So this is the cotton silk that I'm making Tolsta Tee in. So this one is 77% cotton and 23% silk, and it's just beautiful. And I just love the texture on this. It just makes the most beautiful drapey knitted garment. So lovely. But, so yeah, I bought this in a kit. I've got quite a few balls of this left, so I'll have enough to use for something else. So I also bought enough Fiddlesticks cedar. So this is that cotton bamboo. I've got enough of this to make another Tolsta, so I'm going to make a navy or a blue one with this. However, it is quite a lightweight DK. It says it's DK weight, but it's quite thin. I wouldn't call it. This is almost more of a sport weight because I have mini balls of this, which is Hobby Rainbow Bamboo, and they look very similar. Oh, and this is winding up. So I think I can combine these together to make a stripe t-shirt. So I'll make the t-shirt in the navy. Then with the leftovers, I'll do a cream one with blue stripes. Because I think these two would work really well together because, I mean, just on visuals alone, they look pretty identical in terms of construction. So we'll see. But yeah, this was like, I bought 6 balls of this for like $35, so cheaper than buying a t-shirt in store. Lastly, the only other thing I bought is two hanks of the Blackwattle yarns Sweet Pea in the colour Tyranny. So I had 2 of these left over from another project, and I decided I really wanted to make like a yellow t-shirt. This. It's another Tolsta. But I didn't want to do it in fingering weight, because if you watched my first episode, you would have heard me talk about how much I'm just over working with fingering weight projects at the moment. I really want to use, so I thought I would make the Tolsta with this, holding it 2 strands at a time, which means this isn't going to be enough. So I bought 2 extras, and they arrived yesterday. However, because they're different dye lots and because they're an indie dyer, they're different colours. So this is the original one of the original ones that I had. So I have 2 of these, and then I bought 2 of these. And when you put them together, this one's a bit warmer than this one, which is fine because it's hand-dyed yarn, and there's always going to be variations in dye lots. So what I'm going to do is hold one of the old strands with one of the new strands, and hopefully that will balance out in the knit. If not, that's fine. And I might do a cute little eyelet, like a pattern. That'd be really cute in this. So, thinking on the spot. So this is, it's fingering weight, but it's a light fingering weight. So I think with them 2 held together, we'll get a DK to worsted weight yarn, which will be fine. This is 60% merino, 20% alpaca, and 20% silk. So it is like most gorgeous feeling soft fibre ever. I can't wait to make this. And I'm like, I have these and I get really frustrated with them because they are really fine and it just feels like it takes forever to make anything. So I'm hoping that if the 2 strands held together, it's going to be a really quick project like this one was. We'll see. That's it for acquisitions, for new things. I don't think I've bought anything else. I've forgotten anything. I have. I've forgotten something. My husband, I thought I would make him a quarter zip jumper. And when I described it to him, he got really excited. He's like, yes, absolutely, 100%. I really want one of those. So I haven't decided on which pattern. I'll either do the zipper sweater for Petite Knits or the Lanark from Rebecca Cloud. So I've swatched for the Lanark, and it's a half fisherman's rib, as you can see here. So it's half fisherman's rib, so half brioche. So it does make these really squishy, stretchy texture. However, I wonder if it's going to be too bulky on my husband. And it does look quite holey, like it's quite loose gauge, even though this is 3.5 millimeter needles, and this is a DK weight yarn. This is Rowan felted tweed. But I guess that's, I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if I have the patience to do a full half fisherman's rib men's size sweater. We'll see. That's one of the future plans. And I think I've decided, in the last episode, I talked about putting the Velocore by Andrew Mowry on hold. So I've done this much of it. And this is the Blackwattle yarn Sweet Pea. So wool, alpaca, and silk. And it's a light fingering weight yarn. So it's really quite fine. And it is just one of these ones that feels like a bit of a slog because you just knit, 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 and you've barely made any, feels like you've barely made any progress. I mean, I've clearly made some progress. I thought about ripping this out and using the yarn for something else, but I'm also keen to, I don't know, maybe I'll keep going with it because I think it would be really nice in the mid temps. I don't know. I'm going to keep hold of it as it is. It's going to sit in my project basket pile, and we'll see where the inspiration takes me. I might pick it up again. Don't know. One thing I haven't been working on is socks. I haven't done many of them. Like I started a few, and I haven't done any work on any for the last few weeks. I think once I'm back commuting to work because of COVID, I haven't been able to get in. I'll probably pick up the socks again because they're really easy and quick to work on the train. Like they're just a really handy thing to have on the train rather than a full-size garment. So hopefully by the next episode I'll have finished a few more pairs to show off. But yeah, short episode this week because I've been sick and there's not much else to show you. But thank you for watching so far. I'm sorry for the ramble and my voice being weird. Please interact, let me know what you want to see, what you like, what you didn't like. Hit the like button, subscribe, share with your friends, and I will see you next time. Bye.